I'm so excited you're here. Today I'm doing my very first pick a card reading for you all, and if this is your very first pick a card reading ever, then thanks for having a seat at my table. I'm so excited you're here, and how lucky we get to do this thing together for the very first time. So even though I'm new to YouTube, I've been reading tarot cards and doing readings for my friends and family and boyfriend for about 4 years, but I'm really excited to share my love for tarot with you all and can't wait to jump in today. So I do have a separate video, it's more of like an intro video on my channel that I'll link in the description box so you can get to know me and a little bit about how I approach tarot and energy and just basically how I got started. But I don't want to take away too much time from this reading, so let's get to it. I'm yamming away over here. Okay, so today's reading, really just looking at more of like a generic message, like what do you need to know right now? I didn't want to get too specific into career, love, soulmate, etc., like whatever, for my very first reading, because I don't know, I really just wanted to get an energetic snapshot and was really just feeling more of a, like I was kind of really feeling it. Like I feel like, hey, I think someone out there might be a bit or feeling a bit lost across the board, and especially since at the time that I'm filming this, it's January of 2024, like at the top of the new year. I thought it would be kind of cool and fun to let the universe decide like what message you need to know right now. So it's fun. We don't know what your message will be just yet, and I think that's awesome and adds to the sort of like mysterious ways of the universe. So again, if you're new to pick a card, basically, or if you're a seasoned vet and have been, like a fan of pick a card videos in the YouTube community or in the TikTok community for a while, welcome back. You can skip these instructions and get right to it and pick your pile. I'll see you over there. But if you're brand new to this type of concept, we have 3 piles already. Basically, I did some baseline messages, shuffled, laid out for you to choose from. My advice is to go with your gut on this and literally don't take it too seriously. Like if you're drawn to 2 piles or all 3, I mean, by means, watch all of them. The sort of thought is, you pick the pile that you're most drawn to and you watch that video. But again, like I said, if you're drawn to multiple piles, like there might be a message in each one. Again, in my intro video, I sort of overview how I approach tarot and energy and sort of these types of readings. Because basically, like, you still have free will, it still exists. Like this reading is not, the gold standard, like things might change, but really we're just looking at an energetic snapshot. So like I said, if you're attracted to 2 piles, like you might have a message in pile 1 and the second pile, whatever, but really just go with your gut on it. Feel like you're being drawn into the pile or the crystal as I have laid out today, and just really kind of feel that energy and which one do you really feel like, what message do you need to know today? What do you need to know right now? I mean, right? Sort of like an energetic cleansing reading, I feel. So whichever pile I should say really draws you in is the one that you should probably go with. Okay, so for our piles, we have pile 1, which is our Black Onyx crystal. We have pile 2, which is, I believe, crystal quartz. This is actually found in my backyard from my hometown, like when I was really, really little. So that's kind of a fun backstory there. And then pile 3 over here, which I believe is yellow jasper, that kind of crystal. Actually, a psychic gave me that crystal about 15 years ago, and I always kept it. I don't 100% remember her message about the crystal, but I want to say it had to do with like moving far away, which I've always been interested in and resonated with that. So I don't know if you resonate with that, maybe that's your pile. But of course I don't want to influence you. So anyway, let's take a deep breath and I'll give you a few moments, to pick your pile. Okay, everyone, if you have your pile picked out, or feel free to pause the video and take a few more breaths if you want to meditate, by all means. And yeah, I'll see you over there. Bye. Hey, pile 1. Okay, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Black Onyx crystal, then this one is for you. Also, I just want to take a moment and say, apologies for my nails right now. Promise for the next video they will be prettier. I am an acrylic nail girly, and let me just say, I really did some damage over the past couple of years having only acrylics on my nails. So giving them a little bit of break here, but I really wanted to get this, video up and started for you all. So anyway, okay, next time I will have prettier nails. That is a fact. But okay, let's hop into it. Pile 1, this message is for you. So here's your pile. Let's see what cards you have today. I'm very excited to see your reading. I love Black Onyx crystals. I think they're gorgeous and so protective in their energy. So yeah, let's hop into it. So you have the Ace of Wands, the 5 of Cups. Don't turn away just yet. You have the Well, and this is the, what deck is this called? It's the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck by Matt Hughes, which I'm sure you've seen a lot. But this deck actually has an extra major arcana card. It has 2 extra ones, the Artist and the Well. So this isn't found in traditional tarot, but I always like the messages that it has to offer. So I always include it when I shuffle. So you have the Well, and then finally you have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. So pile 1. Okay, so first things first. Wait, let me see if this is like centered a little bit better. There you go. Okay. Okay, like, are you manifesting right now? Yeah, so if you are currently manifesting something specific right now, or maybe you're manifesting a couple of things, which I am always doing myself. It's like I can't get enough of manifestation or law of attraction. But I think your message here is, if you are, and maybe you're feeling a little bit frustrated during that process, I think you need to maybe let go of control a little bit. Maybe this is a reading for me too, because damn, but sorry, but like, it's so hard to do, right? Like, how they say that letting go is one of the hardest bits of manifestation or law of attraction, because duh, it's scary. We want to control it, right? It's my manifestation. I want it to come in exactly how I want, or at least that's how I feel sometimes. But I think in this case, I think the universe is really saying, like, you kind of need to let go of control, or at least let go of the final outcome, whatever that may be. I feel like, because genuinely, like, I get the feeling like that manifestation, or whatever it is that you're manifesting or trying to attract into your life, is really going to come in for you soon. Like, it's almost like, I feel like it's like right behind you. Or like you're manifesting a specific outcome and the manifestation is coming in, or like what you want to attract in your life is coming in, or it's there, but you're just not seeing it because you're so attached to this specific outcome. So I think you just need to maybe like let go a little bit, and maybe like, sometimes what helps me in these moments is like, I really need to start practicing gratitude. And I don't want to say that and being like, you're not grateful, because obviously I think that you are. But I think the message really here is like, let go of the outcome of your manifestation, and really just let the universe bring it to you in all its glory. Because I think you might be manifesting, like I said, something really, really specific, and which is totally awesome and fine. Like, we do that. We need to do that in our lives, I think. But with that specific manifestation, I think you're holding on to a specific outcome maybe. But the universe is like, whoa, yeah. Okay, you're like in an energetic alignment, right? You're like bringing in, like with the Well, I just kind of see you like, you're right there. You're bringing in, you're like right in alignment and bringing in this manifestation, or, attracting, whatever it is that you want into your life. It's right there for you. But maybe it's just like not exactly how you envision it. So maybe the universe is saying a little bit like, look, like, take a breath, like let go. You might be like in a spot with either law of attraction or manifestation, however you want to say it, whatever it is you practice. If it's both, if it's everything, if it's one or the other, I'm not sure, up to you. But you might be sort of going through sort of like a little bit of like trial and error with this coming in. Like, you're like, oh, this is it. This is exactly what I'm manifesting. This is it. And then it's kind of like, no, wait, this isn't it. It's kind of like in like almost like a disguise or something. And so that's kind of like frustrating. And you're just sort of thinking like, maybe this isn't for me. That's not, like, it is for you. I genuinely think that it is for you. And I think what's really interesting is like, I really think you need, it's almost like it's right behind you, like it's right there. Like you just need to sort of maybe see things a little bit differently, or like I said, like let go of the outcome. And I think what's making me feel that is, even though these two cards are sort of like, you know, the way I'm seeing it is like there's a castle here, there's a castle here, but this guy is sitting on the opposite side of the river of the castle, and it's almost like everything that he wants is over there. And then also like the Five of Cups is almost like that like spilled milk card. So it's kind of like don't cry over like the things that aren't happening. Like there's still more opportunities behind you. And I think that's kind of like what it is. Like this manifestation is like coming in, like it's coming across the river. It's like, just turn around, like see it differently, please. You know, it's really like the universe is really saying that like, hey, it's here. You already have this thing. Just focus on staying grateful and let this manifestation present itself to you and however it's meant to. You know, because like I really almost see you like maybe it's taking advice or like spiritual advice from like a spirit guide or a spiritual teacher, or maybe leaning on the advice of somebody else like on how to like get this manifestation. And maybe that's this reading. I don't know, maybe. Or actually, I can kind of see this being like your future self. Like you're basically like it's saying like if you sort of like let go of this outcome, like your future self will kind of like be very, very grateful, and you'll be very, very happy. Like you'll have like everything that you want, stability, you know, whatever it is that you're manifesting or trying to attract into your life, like almost like looking back on your past self and being like, oh, I'm so happy that I did that. Like, you know, like I can totally see you looking back like with that thing you wanted, basically just looking back at your former self like, ha, see, I knew if I just let go, I'd have everything I ever wanted, and this is awesome. So it's definitely some good advice here, I think. You know, I think for me at least, when I manifest, and especially like I tend to hold on with a death grip to the outcome of that manifestation, and that sometimes has really set me back. But it's really like taking a deep breath and just getting into, you know, a practice of one, gratitude, and then two, just like allowing the universe to bring its gifts to me, or in this case, you, and just staying grateful. And that has really, really helped me get the things that I've been manifesting or attracting into my life so much quicker than if I just held on super tightly or envisioned a very specific outcome. So I think that's your overall message. And there's also kind of like a message here for me a little bit of like, I feel like this manifestation might come in the form of something you see as being like a little bit beneath you, maybe, or like maybe it's being presented in a way like you didn't picture it yourself, like taking maybe like 2 steps back or like a step back, or like that's how it's kind of like presenting itself. Obviously, like I don't want you to be like, oh, I need to take a step back in my life in order for this manifestation to come in. Like that's not the advice at all. But maybe it just kind of feels that way, even though like it's kind of like that concept, right? It's like you might have to take a step back, or I don't know, like it feels that way to you maybe, but in taking that step back or taking that action that might feel beneath you or whatever it is, you know, you might be like launched like 100,000 feet forward, and you're going to really look back with gratitude that you did take that, because it's scary, like taking that step back, or feeling, even if it's not a step back, maybe feeling like you're taking a step back can be really, really scary. So, you know, I think that you'll like look back with gratitude that you did do that and you took that leap of faith. So yeah, I think that's kind of like your overall message is like, just trust, have faith that the universe is only bringing you exactly what you need, and keep thinking positive. If you're feeling a bit frustrated right now, you know, just know like it's coming. I feel it. And what's more is that the cards are showing us that it's yours already. So anyway, I hope this is making sense, but let's get a few more cards. I'm going to do some shuffling and we'll see what other messages we have for you. I think I'm going to take 3 more cards. Let's just pull one. Whoa, need to know about this message. I'm like, whoa, keep getting like all these cards coming out of me. So again, like really take like what resonates, you know, in this reading. Like I don't want anyone to get like super pressed and being like, oh my God, like I'm holding on too tightly. Like don't take this too seriously. Like, you know, obviously like this is just advice. And I think I just feel like certain things, take what resonates, leave the rest, you know, don't get too pressed, like have fun with this. Okay, so for your next 3 cards, we have the 7 of Swords. Again, don't click off. The Knight of Swords, and finally the 3 of Wands. So yeah, I think it's kind of like, don't fool yourself into thinking that, you know, your manifestation has to come in a specific way. Or maybe it's that, you know, almost like don't feel like you have to do everything at once to like get exactly what you need. Like if you stay focused, I think your manifestation will come in, you know, and I definitely see you sort of like waiting for whatever this is to come into your life. And I think it's saying like it's going to come in very, very, very quickly. Like once you sort of like let go a little bit and set yourself free, or maybe even turn some of these ideas of like what you think the outcome needs to be into action. And maybe that's when these things are going to come in like, whoa, okay, this is it. You know, I have this one idea, now I'm going to go for it, or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest or attract into your life, which is really, really cool, actually. You know, I think I just feel like it's like right there for you. It's like right there, right behind you. Turn around. All right, I'm not going to start saying that's embarrassing. Okay, so I have one final deck for you, just some final like healing mantras. I actually got this deck on Etsy and I'll link it below so that the artist or the creator, I should say, gets credit. But it's an awesome deck. It's just sort of like some healing messages just to kind of like help you through this process or whatever it is that you're going through right now. So let's take 3. Okay, we have 1. 2. Whoa. Sorry, that was like 100 messages. So we're just going to pull one more. Oh, 1 came up. Okay. So you have, everything will be okay, which it will be. Love you, mean it. I am loved. You guys, you are loved. And then also this pain is only temporary. So yeah, like I said, I really feel like that frustration for you. And I think that like maybe you feel a little bit like this manifestation process hasn't been going the way that you want it to, or things aren't coming in as quickly as you want them to. But like, just know like you have the power basically you have it. Like everything's going to be okay if you just kind of like let go of control and like feel the love from the universe or yourself, or just know that you have that love and support that you need, and just really sort of like stay focused on that, and just know that this frustrating period is only temporary, and like don't focus on that. Focus on the fact that you're loved. You have this thing that you're manifesting already in your life. It is here for you energetically and you are ready for it. So I think that's just kind of what you need to focus on, and everything will be okay. Pile 1, I think you got this. Yes, you do. Okay, pile 1, those are all the messages I have for you today. I hope you found this reading helpful. Stay tuned for more videos. You know, obviously this was a very generic reading, so you didn't know what you were going to get, but I do plan on putting some more content out there that's more specific to, you know, specific topics. So if there's anything that you want to see from me, put a comment down below, and yeah, I'll consider it in the future. This was so exciting. This is so fun for me. I'm so happy that you got it this far. And I look forward to seeing you again. Good luck with your manifestation, and we'll talk soon. Bye. Okay, pile 2, welcome. Okay, I'm so excited you're here. Let's get into it. So yeah, I think this is the crystal quartz. So basically it's from my hometown, excuse me, in northeastern Pennsylvania. I found it in the woods, like in my backyard when I was growing up. And this was way before I was spiritual or like had any sort of like interest in crystals or anything. But basically it's gorgeous. I love it. It's been in my life for a very long time. So I feel a little special piece of my heart is with you right now in this reading. And then also, if you're way more into gemstones than I am, or can like recognize what kind of gemstone this is, I always assumed it was crystal quartz, but maybe it's milky quartz. I'm not really sure. Feel free to correct me on that in the comments. I'd love to know what stone this actually is. So anyway, we'll go with crystal quartz for now, and let's get into your reading. Okay, let's lay out your cards. So today you have 4 cards in your initial reading. I'll be pulling some more as the reading goes on. And also I just want to apologize for my nails. If you're coming from pile 1, you already know that I had a bit of an issue with the acrylics I had on my nails, and I'm trying to get them into a healthier place. So hopefully for the next video, they'll be prettier. Anyway, all right, so let's get started. All right, pile 1 or 2. excuse me, pile 2. All right, you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, ooh, the Three of Swords. Okay, guys, don't click off. And then the Page of Wands. Okay. I can hear people outside my apartment talking, and they're probably like, what is that person doing? If they're not into tarot. Okay, pile 2, let's get into it. Okay, a lot of things coming through for me here. I think, like, first of all, babe, you're healing right now. I can feel it. And maybe, like, you don't want to be, like, I don't know, I'm kind of feeling like maybe you, like, went through it in 2023 or, like, have been going through it for a while. But I feel like your time of healing is definitely here, and you're going through that process. And maybe it's taking a little bit longer than you'd like, which is totally fair. I get it. I'm personally going through a healing process myself. So whether it be, you know, like a job loss or a breakup, maybe even letting go of past narratives of yourself, like that's also a healing process, and it's hard. But I think the universe is saying, like, just because you're healing, or basically, like, even though you're healing right now, like, try not to focus on the negative too much, right? Like, there's positivity even in healing processes, even through breakups, even through a job loss, or whatever it is that you're going through. You know, there's definitely positive moments, and, like, maybe this process you feel is taking too long, which is totally fair. And you're ready for that new adventure or feeling in your life, but just try to take, like, bits of positivity where you can, or, like, oh gosh, what are they calling them now? Like glimmers. Maybe I'll try and put a description of glimmers in the description box, or if you feel free to, like, pause and Google that. But, you know, those glimmers are, like, as they say, I think, like, you know, like, it's a sign from the universe that you're doing great, and little moments of, like, happiness can really help to get you through tough times. But I really think that you're doing really great in life. I mean, even though, like, this process might, or whatever it is that you're currently going through, maybe taking forever, or at least feels that way, I think you're going to one day, like very soon, feel that you found this new sort of stable version of yourself. And, you know, or, like, you're going to come out stronger, or maybe even, like, look back at this period of your life and actually, like, oh, you know what? That was actually kind of like a silver lining, because you'll realize that this process or this period in your life, like, actually made you stronger. Like, I feel like there's kind of a message here of, like spending, like, try and spend some time, like, grounding yourself, because, you know, any healing process is hard. And, you know, like, staying grounded and true to yourself is really, I think, going to help you navigate this time. You know, I don't feel like this is super dark, though. Like, I don't think you're going through, like, a tower moment or anything like that. Or maybe you did, and, like, this is, like, the tail end, like, you're starting to come out of it. Like, this is definitely, like, a little bit of, like, an easier healing process, I think. Maybe it doesn't feel that way to you, but at least the cards are kind of not showing anything, like, super, super dark. But, you know, I don't think it's going to last too much longer. And I really think it's interesting to me how there's a tree sort of depicted in the Knight of Pentacles, and also in the Four of Cups. So it's kind of, like, interesting to me, because, you know, the way that it's kind of coming across for me is, like, this is you currently, like, in your current state, like, sort of just, like, over the healing process. You're feeling a little bit bored, you know, whatever. And, like, you may be sort of, like, leaning and staying grounded against this tree, basically, like, at least in this artwork. But there's going to be, like, little glimmers of hope that maybe you've ignored in the past. And maybe there's going to be one very soon that comes in that's going to sort of, like, inspire you to sort of, like, get up and move forward and take those first steps out and continue the healing process. And I think, like, again, like, it's almost like I'm seeing, like, the Knight of Pentacles, like, while he may be moving slowly and at his own pace, like, away from this tree, like, I still see you sort of, like, moving forward. It's almost like, it's almost like he's moved away, or at least you've moved away from the tree, or passing it, like, again, like, at your own pace, maybe at a slow pace. And I think you're really going to find yourself looking back at that grounding moment, and you'll realize how far you've come. And I think that's really going to inspire you to sort of cut through the pain and cut through the healing process, and really, you know, take on a new leap of faith of yourself, and maybe start fresh, new, and exciting beginning. And that's definitely here for you. And it's on the other side of this healing process. But I don't think that you're that far away. Like, I think it's really just, like, maybe look up, like in the process of feeling like grounded in your absolute most authentic self, find those little nuggets of positivity from the universe and follow them. And I think, again, this can happen at your own pace and maybe slower than maybe you want, or, whatever that pace is for you. I really see you sort of very soon looking back at the moment where you were maybe afraid to continue to move forward, or like something like that. It's almost like there's almost, I don't want to say like a true fear, but it's almost like you're looking at sort of like these glimmers and thinking like, oh yeah, right. Like I'll never be able to move past this moment. And then something else is going to come in for you. And you're like, oh, well, maybe if I have the faith to trust in that, I can actually like move forward and take the steps through the rest of this healing process so I can feel new and refreshed. And I think that's great, especially since we're at the beginning of the new year. Again, if you're watching this reading when I'm posting it, it's January of 2024. So I think it's great to sort of maybe evaluate where we all are right now in our sort of healing process or in our life, and see where maybe we can find little nuggets and sort of like move forward, little nuggets of inspiration or positivity or whatever it is, and really just kind of like take those steps forward and move forward with our lives. But of course, take as long as you need. There's no rush to sort of like get through this healing process. It's kind of like what I'm also feeling. Maybe like the rush is really more like within you, like the feeling within you. You're kind of maybe getting a little bit anxious, maybe sort of like move forward. But either way, it's like you're right there. I think like it's not going to be too much longer. And I think you're going to cut through this healing process. And like I said, like feel like fresh and new. And I think it's going to be like a complete 180. Like you're kind of going to be like, wow, like this is like a new version of myself. Not saying that you're going to be nothing but yourself, but like that new version of yourself where you're really going for it now, or like, you almost have like cut ties, whatever this healing process is, maybe like cutting ties or like lobbing off something that was holding you back. And now that you're going through the healing process or the loss or the grief of that, it's like, you're actually going to feel more like yourself and being able to sort of like step into your authenticity and like really do what it is that you want to do. It's almost like, I had like a really toxic relationship in the past, and like, I felt like once that ended, I would like, and maybe made it through like a grieving process. I was like, oh my God, like I can do anything I want. Like life is so great, and it took me a while to get there. Like honestly, like maybe like 5 years to get there, but I got there, and now I kind of look back and I'm like, wow, like that healing process really made me who I am today, and made me realize that I am really proud of myself, and I really, really love who my authentic self is, and like those types of things. So anyway, I hope this is resonating or makes sense. I'm going to get a few more cards for you. I'm hearing only 2 more cards. I think you guys like get it and like where you're at in this process. But we're just going to get 2 more messages. Okay. Wow. Guys, this is so positive. Okay, yeah, like I don't want to like speak for the entire collective, because I know that this is like a general reading. It can be anything. But you have on the back of your deck of this recent pull is the 6 of Cups, which is typically like a soulmate card, something like that. Or maybe this is like a friend, a really close friend, kind of soulmate, something like that might help you through this process. So really lean on them. But you also have the Lovers and the 10 of Cups, and it's kind of like ultimate happiness, like or at least in my opinion. Again, like maybe you're not going through a breakup, but maybe you are, and you're sort of feeling like, oh, there's no one else out there for me, whatever. No, you have options, and I think you're going through it now. You're going to come out more you, and maybe more in line with either your soulmate or your soul group or your soul family, or like, whatever it is maybe that you're meant to do in your life, which is ultimately going to lead you to like ultimate happiness. Wow. Okay, pile 2, like you guys are killing it. Like, wow, like literally killing it. I love this reading for you because, I think like anytime we see the 3 of Swords in a reading, it can be kind of scary, but like this is what you're currently going through, and then this is your outcome. Hello. Jealous a little bit. Yeah, pile 2, you guys are going to have, I just feel like you're gonna have a great year. And like I said, I think even though you might feel like this healing process is taking you a while, I think you're going to look back at yourself in a year, maybe 3 months, and be like, I'm a new person. And if I didn't go through that, I would never be who I was today. And like really owning it, really owning that. It's really incredible. Actually, I feel really empowered. I hope you do too. All right, I'm going to pull just a few more cards for you. I have this deck that I actually purchased on Etsy quite a while ago. So I'm going to try and link the artist or the creator so that you can also sort of support that person, because I love that. But this is just kind of like a self-love type of deck. We're just going to pull some messages. I'm feeling 3 self-love messages for you guys. Okay. Oh my God. You guys, I don't know. This, just the cards that are coming out, this might be a breakup. But again, I don't want to, okay. Yes. So if you're going through a breakup right now, this is probably your reading. If not, that's going to also resonate in terms of like a job loss or whatever. I don't think it's that deep, but I deserve better. I forgive them and I can move on. Oh my God. Okay, pile 2. I have like the chills, literally. This is crazy. I mean, do I have to explain? Yeah. Okay. I think you guys are going through, I hate to say it, like not everyone, granted, take what resonates, or maybe there's a message in here, even though I'm going to be talking a little bit about a breakup because I feel that's the direction of the reading. But I genuinely feel like you're going through it. I think you're going to look back in a year, like I said, 3 months, maybe 3 months to a year, and be like, I'm a different person. And I think you know that you deserve better. Yeah, I'm not sure what you went through or what you're currently going through, but I think you know it deep down. And, maybe it's hard to say, but you can move on and you can forgive them. Even, obviously I don't know what you went through. I don't know what you're going through. I don't want to, be like, oh, forgive them, all is well. Like, it might be very painful, and I'm totally respectful of that. But I think by forgiving them, and maybe even a little bit of like forgiving yourself for maybe putting up with what you put up with, but also recognize that you deserve better is really going to help you move on. And I think that these 3 messages are so specific and just such a sign that you are strong and you can do this and you can get through this. I know it. Like, I have never felt more like positive about this ever. Like, literally, I'm so excited for you guys. So yeah, honestly, I think this year for you is going to be amazing. I know right now what you're going through is hard. I've been through it. A lot of people have been through tough times. And again, I'm not trying to diminish what it is that you're going through. I don't know specifically, but I hope that this message gave you a little bit of hope, maybe just like a little bit of insight of what you're going through and maybe what the outcome may be in a very, very short time. I just feel so empowered, coming at the end of your reading. So I hope that you do too. Let me know if this resonated in the comments. This was so fun for me. I hope you also had fun. I hope this resonated. I hope this helped. In the coming months, or actually not even the coming months, in a few weeks, I'll be posting even more content, like more specific readings. So stay tuned for those. And this is going to be a really fun challenge for me. Not even a challenge, just for me stepping out of my comfort zone. So I really can't wait to experience this with you all. And anyway, pile 2, thank you so much for your time today. I hope this reading helped you. Stay focused, stay positive. We love you, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Hey there, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's get started. So I'm not huge into crystals. I'm like slowly learning about them. But I think this is yellow jasper. So if it is, or if it's not, let me know in the comments. I'm legit trying to learn and catch up. I've always been more into like tarot and maybe even just like Palo Santo and like things like that than I ever was about crystals. But I do have some, and I think that they're beautiful. But anyway, just some background on that. But a psychic did give me this crystal, and I feel very called to let you know that. So maybe there's a specific reason why, like maybe this reading is meant to confirm what a psychic has already told you, or I don't know. I think the reason is specific to you, and I get the sense that you already know what that is. So honestly, let me know in the comments if that resonates, or if this does resonate, at the end of the reading. Like, I'm super curious. But yeah, so I think you chose yellow jasper. Let me know. Anyway, it's really cool. I love it. It's kind of like an arrow pointing north. Follow your true north, maybe. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it. Pile 3. So I have 4 cards for you already. We are going to pull some more cards after I do this initial reading. So let's see what the universe has to say for you today and what it is you need to know today. So you have Six of Pentacles, you have the Artist, which is actually unique to this deck. This is the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck, which I'm sure you've seen a bunch of times on Tarot YouTube channel. It's one of my favorites. It's how I learned tarot, honestly. But this deck actually has two cards which are unique to it, the Artist and the Well. And I do keep them in for my readings because I think they're awesome, they're beautiful, and they're specific messages. So the Artist, you have the King of Wands and the Four of Swords. Very cool. Okay, definitely, I think the True North is like resonating for me, at least, for you. I think it kind of makes sense based on just some initial messages, I guess, that I'm getting as I'm really looking at your cards. So I think pile 3, I think what it is you need to know right now is I get the sense like that you might need to kind of like step into your power and make a choice. Like, I don't know why I'm feeling that, but I do. Like, you know, I get the sense like right now, like that, like I feel like I'm like wavering. Let's see if I can center these a little better. Like I'm wavering on or like hinging on a decision, like a choice I need to make. That's just kind of the feeling I'm getting. And also just quick apologies for my nails. I'm an acrylic snail girl and my nails got destroyed over the last year. So I'm trying to let them get healthy. So hopefully in the next video I'll have prettier nails. But anyway, that's an aside. Don't know why I told you that. But back to your reading, back to regular programming. Yeah, I feel like this choice though, like maybe like just switch up your career or take on a side hustle that feels like you're being more creative or something. Like I'm picturing someone doing like a 9-to-5 job and feeling like they're at the end of their rope and then starting a side hustle that's like super creative and you feel like really refreshed and renewed and you're on top of your game by doing so. And I see maybe someone like a spirit guide or honestly more so I think even someone in your physical life giving you the blessing like, hey, I noticed you're feeling a bit like stressed and you've been, you know, talking about creating music or like you've been thinking about doing this thing, maybe you should do that. And I think just knowing that you have that person's blessing or like even just like having that conversation even is really going to set you free. And you're probably going to end up maybe even like full-time transitioning into that new role for yourself. Like, okay, maybe you like work in finance and you love to create, and in 5 years you find yourself more in a creator role or something creative because that's who you really are deep down. Or like maybe you're thinking of switching your major or something like that feels more distinctly you than maybe what you think it is you're supposed to do in life. Like I get this sense of like also like reclusiveness around this topic. So it's like think like just the thought of even opening up and maybe even taking this chance on this new opportunity or like stepping into your authentic self. Even like that could be a part of it too. Like maybe it's not even a career change. Maybe it's like stepping into your authentic self and like bringing balance into your life, you know, like that kind of thing. You know, but like I feel like that to you right now feels really scary. And you'd rather just kind of like keep it to yourself and like not do anything about it than like actually step into your power and make the decision or like step into your authentic self or like whatever it is that's going to make you feel like you. Or maybe it's even like the opposite too. Like maybe because this is like a general reading, there's multiple things coming through, but you know, maybe it's like once you do take these steps and you do become the most authentic version of yourself, like you can kind of like feel like, oh, like you can kind of like take a step back and like relax, like, you know, like rest finally, and like ease into that. And maybe you need to even take a break from your social life a bit because you'll be so busy doing this new thing. But either way, I do see you making this choice and it being very, very beneficial for you. Like actually I feel like really like energetic and even like inspired, like thinking about like what you're capable of. And I honestly like I'm excited for you. Like I feel like your family and your friends will be like, oh my gosh, I had no idea you were even thinking of doing that. And they might even like surprise you with how supportive they actually are. And maybe that's really just what you need to get a boost in the confidence to really make this choice. I do kind of feel like you've been wavering on this for a while. It does feel like it's pretty big and maybe like all like life changing, like a completely like completely like altering who you are almost, or how people see you in the physical world, even though this decision is really the most authentic self you, or like the most authentic version of you've ever been. And like maybe even like deep down, like even if it's taking a while to like you've been wavering on this decision for a while, it's a huge decision, like all these things, like deep down, like that decision has already been made for you. Like you can't help but be who you like authentically are, kind of. The sun is starting to come in a little funny, and it's kind of fun because it's like illuminating on the one side of your pile, so it's kind of like a blessing and from the universe. Maybe it's a sign, I don't know. Either way, I really like this pile through. I think this is really, really positive, and I'm really excited. Let me know if this is resonating. I think there's a lot of ways that it can resonate for you. But I think the overall message really is like following your true north, which is really cool because I think I said that at the top of the reading. So let's continue this. I feel like I want to pull maybe like 4 more cards from the same deck and continue on this message for you. So let's see, what does pile 3 need to, okay, well, apparently there's a lot you need to know. Every single card in the deck just fell out. So let's try that again. Also, I want to say like the number 4 for you. So maybe this is like you've been holding on to this for 4 years, or for the number 4 is like really resonating for me. Maybe this is something in April. Something along the number 4 is important. And so I'm synesthetic. So I will say also that the number 4 for me is green. If you're synesthetic and you're like, girl, number 4 is purple, we can go to bat on that. But for me, the number 4 comes up as green. If you're not sure what synesthesia is, I'll try and link below. Maybe you're synesthetic as well, but it's kind of weird. At least for me, it's not weird. I am synesthetic, and I think everyone is, or at least I did. But anyway, that's all to say. I want to say the number 4. The number 4 to me is green, and that might resonate with you in some way. So I'm being called to tell you that as I'm pulling 4 more cards for you. 4 more cards. Okay, like you're getting like 100 more cards. Okay, 2 more cards. And then we'll be on to the next portion of your reading. I really hope this is resonating for you. It's like such a specific message. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is like conflicting for you a bit. Like this, and I do feel like you're going to have to like justify yourself in this decision, but I think there's a lot of hope. So you have the Star, you have the 8 of Cups, the 9 of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles. So yeah, I think that like in making this decision, you might feel like, even though you have the support, maybe in this case, like of the universe, because this is like divinely like who you're meant to be, it's scary because you might feel like you're going off on your own a bit, and maybe you feel like you have to like justify this decision, whether it be a career or like a life change or something. You have to like justify it, and then you really have to put in the work to like make it work. And maybe like in that, people might see you maybe like taking a break from like your normal social activities and being like, oh, like what's wrong with Carly? I don't know, Carly, if you're out there, if this is your reading, but you're like, oh, like what's wrong with Carly? She hasn't been around in a while. And it's like, oh, because she's focused on doing her own thing. And people might take offense to that, and you're gonna have to really like stand up for yourself at times and be like, no, like this is important to me. This is who I really am, and really hold on to that, and really promote that for yourself, because I think this is who you're meant to be. And even though it might feel alone and scary at times in doing that, I think, the universe has your back. You always have your back. I have your back. People in this community have your back. You are meant to do this. I think you need to go for it. So yeah, so do it. No, I know it's like easier said than done. Okay, I'm also just gonna pull a few cards from this Healing Mantras deck, which I got on Etsy. I'm gonna try and link the link to it below so that the artist or the creator gets credit for it. This is just about like real talk and self-love. I'm gonna pull 3 cards for you, just some quick messages that you need to know in order to maybe move forward and help you make your decision in whatever it is that you're trying to decide or move forward with in your life. Okay, one more card. Actually, you're getting 2 more cards because they both are coming out. Okay. Oh my God, I am in control of my life and what happens today. I am healthy. I will not compare myself to others. And I will sleep peacefully tonight. Remember I said like you might feel like once you make this decision, like you're like, oh, finally I can rest. So I do kind of feel that for you. Yeah, this is really cool. I think that these are really confirming that like, you know, you're in control of your own life. You're in control of your own decisions. You're in control here. So I think like okay, sorry everyone. It looks like my camera died and like right at the very end there. But yeah, just confirming that, you know, I really think that you are in control of your life. You're in control of your decisions. I think this year and what you need to know about maybe going into this year, like the messages you needed to hear today are exactly that. So you know, definitely move forward with confidence as you're sort of making this life-changing decision. Or, you know, maybe it's not that life-changing, but just kind of like a really big deal, which can be, you know, exciting and scary all at the same time. I think you are supported and just know you are on the right path, it kind of feels like. So yeah, anyway, pile 3, I really hope you enjoyed this reading. This was really fun for me. I hope it was helpful in some ways for you. Stay tuned for even more videos coming up. You know, definitely this is really, really fun and exciting time for me as I go into this next chapter of my own life and making the decision to get on YouTube and share my love for tarot with you all. So more videos coming. So stay tuned. Can't wait to see you in the next one. And yeah, enjoy the night or day or wherever it is you are. And like I said, move forward in confidence. You're supported. So thanks, pile 3. See you next time. Bye. Okay, sorry everyone. It looks like my camera died and like right at the very end there, but yeah, just confirming that, you know, I really think that you're in control of your life, you're in control of your decisions. I think this year and what you need to know about maybe going into this year, like the messages you needed to hear today are exactly that. So you know, definitely move forward with confidence as you're sort of making this life-changing decision, or, you know, maybe it's not that life-changing, but just kind of like a really big deal, which can be, you know, exciting and scary all at the same time. I think you are supported, and just know you are on the right path, it kind of feels like. So yeah, anyway, pile 3, I really hope you enjoyed this reading. This was really fun for me. I hope it was helpful in some ways for you. Stay tuned for even more videos coming up. You know, definitely this is really, really fun and an exciting time for me as I go into this next chapter of my own life and making the decision to get on YouTube and share my love for tarot with you all. So more videos coming. So stay tuned. Can't wait to see you in the next one. And yeah, enjoy the night or day or wherever it is you are. And like I said, move forward in confidence. You're supported. So thanks, pile 3. See you next time.